got to know the word, because when we don't know the word, the enemy can speak things into our lives and over our lives. And by the enemy, I'm not just talking about Satan. I'm talking about those negative people that are around you, those people that don't like you, those people who don't want to see you successful. Well, they can speak things over our lives, and we not combat those things, we not destroy those things that have been spoken, which are essentially word curses, because we don't know the word ourselves. And what happens as a result of us not knowing is the negative things that other people have said, the negative thoughts that the enemy has shot towards our mind have become the root of our thought process. And those are the things that we begin to meditate on because we don't know the word. And so I think as we move forward into the next 6 months of this year, I think it is extremely important that we understand how important it is to study that word for ourselves. Not just on Sunday when we go to church, not just on Wednesday when we go to Bible study, but to wake up and read scripture, to go to bed, to read scripture before you go to bed, or even if you wake up in the middle of the night, not to immediately go to social media, but to read the word. Because again, your word is not only your weapon, but your word is also your strategy for success. It is also your strategy for success. But again, you cannot be privy to that which you don't know. Do me a favor, tap the screen for me. And so I think as believers, one of the things that we have got to make priority as we move forward in our walk, right? As we move forward in our relationship with God, we've got to make sure that we become students of the word. We got to become students of the word. Doesn't mean that you're going to become a professor of theology. Doesn't mean that you're not going to do anything else, but you got to know the word for yourself. Got to know the word for yourself. Because again, you cannot benefit from that which you don't know. Okay? Us not knowing the word is the equivalent, us not knowing the word and expecting certain things to happen in our lives, or expecting God to move in a particular way on our behalf, is equivalent to us, let's say for instance, having a relative who dies and leaves us a very, very big sum of money, but we don't ever know anything about the will. I'm going to say it again because you probably didn't catch it the first time, right? Us having an expectation of God, right? Having an expectation that our prayers are going to go through, having an expectation for success, joy, and happiness without knowing and without speaking the word over our lives is equivalent. It is equivalent to having an inheritance that we know nothing about. You have a relative that passed away that left you millions of dollars, but you know nothing about the will. Nobody knows where the will is.